right now we're going to find out what it's like to be a top level goalkeeper with the man himself. Do goalkeepers get lonely training away from the rest of the squad?
Yes, they are. I think from my perspective, myself, I always like to be involved with the defenders, with the midfield strikers, and not only for the shooting practice or the game. My type of game was benefited from playing with the outfield players. But sometimes you get stuck at a certain part of the pitch and you only be called upon when you do whatever finishing drill.
Well, you famously played for Ajax, who are known as almost like one of the most footballing teams in the history of the game. Was you more involved in training with the players when you were at Ajax than at other clubs?
Yeah, we did also like distribution drills. I was involved with that one. Position games on the side, never in the middle. But yeah, playing with the team was a big part of the success, I think, with Louis van Gaal and the players that we had in winning the Champions League in '95.
Do goalkeepers practice taking penalties?
Not a lot. I think that the emphasis has been more and more. I think there were a few goalkeepers in the past that took regular penalties, but I think only for, let's say, the Euros or the World Cups, you take a few, but in general not. I think, but on the other hand, I think goalkeepers have a very good kicking technique, so I don't think they're faced when they have to take a penalty.
How does a goalkeeper stay warm? Physically, also mentally stay alive when you're dominating so much?
Yeah, mentally I did it also always with coaching, making sure that I kept on talking with my defenders, with the midfielder. Of course, when the ball's the other side and it is a freezing January afternoon, yeah, you walk about a little bit between the 18-yard line and the box. You go with your hands around and making sure you're ready when you're called upon. And that's the difficulty of being a goalkeeper. You're not always involved. But that moment in the 81st minute, you need to be there, and that's a mental thing, of course, but also making sure that your body is ready to react.
Does the crowd ever affect you as a goalkeeper?
Of course, when it's let's say the really old grounds, I think the West Ham Stadium, for example, if there was like the ball went out for a goal kick, you had to grab the ball or something, and yeah, you didn't want to be standing too long without getting the ball because you get all kind of abuse or other things thrown at you. So you had to get away quickly to resume play.
How frustrated do you get with defenders telling you how to do your job?
You have to help each other. The work you do as a goalkeeper is completely different than they are. But if you work together, if you can communicate with each other, you talk about the fans in the stadium. If you play in Turkey or in Greece, you have 70,000 people, they're screaming. You must know, when I communicate with my defenders, they must know, expect when the call comes. Left, right, drop off, go forward, play the ball back. And when you have that connection with each other, then you know you have a successful team that probably can win trophies.
How often do you change your gloves?
Not a lot. The process was always like new gloves went into training twice, and then they were allowed to come to the game. Then I wore them once with the warm up, and depending on the results of the games coming forwards and the wear and tear on my gloves. So I think in general I wore them 5 or 6 times before they went back to training.
We've got some great shots of you behind here, obviously with the biggest trophies you can win, but some great kits. And for me, that's the iconic one when you were at Ajax. But do you ever have a say in terms of what you would like as a goalkeeper?
Not at that time. At that time, we're just happy that you had the color. And I've seen a few examples of let's say, the Schmeichel ones or the Umbro ones in the past. And they were quite colorful. So this is not my nicest jersey, to be fair, the yellow one. But yeah, winning a trophy like that, getting that picture, playing with the guys where you work so hard with and all had success with, going back to Amsterdam, having a victory parade. So that period of your life was amazing.
A big part of goalkeeping is dealing with 1v1s. How did you go about dealing with them?
That's part of the job. You come out. You look, is it right footed, left footed? Are you waiting that little moment that he touches the ball a little bit forward? Does he only look at the ball or does he really look up and the ball's there? And then you make a decision. Do I stay? Do you fly on the ball like Schmeichel or Neville Southall type of goalkeepers? Or you wait to make a decision and then you try to save it.
How did you recover when you made a mistake that led to a goal? Do you have a way of dealing with that, or was it just experience?
I think I'm in general, I'm a quite level-headed guy, so nobody makes a mistake on purpose. So it's a team sport. So when I make a mistake, you need your fellow players to help you out. And so the worst thing is for yourself to keep drowning yourself in sorrow. Oh, I made a mistake. I dropped the ball through my legs. So focus, refocus, and making sure that the next ball you can save, and making sure that you're important for the team again.
How important are the tactics of a coach in terms of how he sets his team up, in terms of like the strengths of a goalkeeper? So when you were deciding on maybe which clubs to play for, did you ever think about the sort of the manager, how he played?
I think at Ajax, when I grew up with the system that Johan Cruyff and Louis van Gaal made, Ajax, we wanted a lot of possession, a lot of pressure on the other team. So there was a lot of distance between me and the defense. And for example, I went to Juventus later on in '99, and that type of game was not my. I have good reaction, but I was not the quickest in the reaction. And the distance between the defense and myself was too small. So it made me uncomfortable and couldn't make the saves that I needed to make. I made a few mistakes also because of that, and I never really recovered there compared to what I did in the Premier League or in the Dutch league.
Is there a reason why goalkeepers always come out second?
On what?
Out the tunnel.
Oh, come on second. I don't know. Yeah, you never thought about it. It's like, yeah, maybe
Good
after
question.
the captain. The captain is the important, and after that you have the second important, most important player of the team. But now that's I think every goalkeeper did that. So you're looking at your examples from when you're young, and you saw the goalkeeper there, or he's wearing like a glove bag and that kind of stuff. So good question. Good question.
You have to get to the bottom of that. How often do strikers compliment you on a save that you've made from them?
Not really, because they are in it to score a goal, and of course you probably make tons of saves, and in training it's specific ones, but in games it's hardly that they give you a compliment.
And the last one, I want to ask you, what was the biggest and most important moment in your amazing career?
We're just talking about strikers. They score a goal, they're really important, they are the heroes of the team, of the club, and they win your trophies. But for myself, this one, the last kick of the game, or that it's a penalty, I save it, the game is over, you win the Champions League with Man United. The 3-4 seconds that I'm there, just seeing the 10 players coming towards you this way, the reserve players, Ferguson, and that 3-4 seconds I was there on my own, that was just the highlight of my career.
Okay, brilliant. Edwin, thank you very much. Thank you.